Have you ever found yourself typing something really personal into ChatGPT?
Oh, I think many of us have.
Yeah, like maybe a rant about your boss or, a sensitive work question, or even brainstorming that brilliant $1 million app idea you just had.
It feels very conversational, almost like a helpful colleague.
Exactly. Super smart, always available. But then imagine handing your most private diary to a total stranger on the street.
Right, you just wouldn't do that.
Sounds crazy, but in a way, that's kind of what we might be doing with these AI chatbots.
Hmm.
So today we're doing a deep dive into what's really going on with your data when you share it with AI. And crucially, what you can actually do about it to, get some control back.
It's such a fundamental topic because the reality of how data gets used is, well, it's often buried in the terms of service, and frankly, most users just aren't aware.
Hidden in plain sight.
Exactly. Understanding this isn't just about privacy paranoia, it's really about being an informed user of these incredibly powerful tools that are becoming, part of our daily lives.
Okay, so let's unpack this. Let's get into the maybe surprising reality of what happens right when you type into that chat box.
Right.
For anyone using the free version of ChatGPT, the bottom line is everything you type is potentially training data.
That's the core of it. Training data just means the information the AI learns from.
So every chat helps it get smarter.
Precisely. Every single conversation helps it refine its understanding, its responses. It makes it a better tool, supposedly, for everyone else.
So that angry rant about your boss,
Training data.
that beautiful short story you were working on,
Also training data.
even that maybe slightly silly idea for biodegradable socks.
You got it, training data. OpenAI's policy is actually quite explicit about this. Your chats are used to train their models.
It's like your brain is being, what did you call it? Scraped for parts.
Sort of, yeah. It's a bit dramatic, maybe, but the point is your interactions, your unique way of phrasing things, your ideas, they aren't just making the AI smarter in general.
What are they doing then?
They're building this massive, constantly updated proprietary data set. That's OpenAI's real treasure chest. It's their competitive advantage.
Ah, so it's not just training, it's like a continuous data grab.
It's an incredibly valuable data acquisition engine. Think what other companies would pay for that kind of insight into human language and thought.
Okay, and if our thoughts are the currency here, what about this other piece, the human trainers? That surprised me.
Yes, that's often the bit that makes people really pause. Actual people might be reading your chats.
Why? What are they looking for?
It's mainly for quality control, for safety checks, to see where the AI went wrong or how it could be improved.
Wait, if a human is reading my supposedly private chat, what about anonymity? Are there safeguards? Does that introduce a whole different kind of risk?
That's a really important question. Now, OpenAI says they take steps to anonymize, but the human review element definitely adds another layer.
So the data isn't directly sold, like my email address to a marketer.
Not in that direct way, no. But this huge collection of human conversations is their most valuable asset. It's what lets them fine-tune the AI, stay ahead of competitors.
So even if they're careful, bits of my writing style, my ideas, they're in the mix. And a human might see them.
That's the reality. Your privacy, in essence, becomes the currency you're spending, often without even realizing you're at the checkout.
So, okay, we're spending this privacy currency. What are the actual, tangible consequences? When does this bite us in the real world? Because it's not just abstract data points, right?
Absolutely not. And these aren't sci-fi horror stories or, fear-mongering. These are things that are happening now. They show the potential for real harm when sensitive info gets into these systems without the right protections.
Okay, this is where it gets really, really interesting. Or maybe scary.
Both, probably.
Imagine you're a lawyer. You've got this long, confidential client memo. You think, ChatGPT can summarize this. So you paste it in.
Big mistake. Potentially huge.
Boom. Just like that, you might have violated attorney-client privilege. That super sensitive info is now sitting in a system you have zero control over.
And it's not just lawyers. Think doctors, therapists, engineers working on trade secrets. Anyone handling confidential stuff.
Could you get fired for that?
Absolutely. We've actually seen real cases, companies dealing with leaks of valuable proprietary code because employees use ChatGPT to help debug it. It's a corporate espionage nightmare waiting to happen.
Wow. Okay, so that's the professional risk.
Yeah.
What about ideas? I mentioned brainstorming that $1 million app.
Right. The stolen idea paradox, as you called it.
Yeah. So you brainstorm this amazing idea with ChatGPT. It helps you flesh it out.
Yeah.
Then Maybe 6 months, a year later, you see a remarkably similar app launch.
You're left wondering, did my idea get absorbed? Did it contribute somehow?
Exactly. It's not just paranoia, right? It really messes with our ideas of intellectual property.
Yeah.
If your digital blueprint gets fed into the machine,
Hmm.
who owns the concepts that come out later?
It's a massive gray area, legally and ethically. There's often no clear recourse. It definitely makes you think twice about what creative work you share.
It really does. And then there's maybe the most personal side of this.
Using it like a therapist.
Yeah. Maybe you confess a deep secret, something traumatic, you're feeling vulnerable. You treat it like a confidant because, well, it listens and doesn't judge. It might even give okay advice.
But that raw, emotional stuff.
It's just data now.
Yeah.
Stored, analyzed, and potentially, as we said, seen by a human reviewer during that quality check process.
That feels like a profound violation of trust, even if it's trust placed in an algorithm.
Yeah.
A personal betrayal.
Okay. This is all pretty sobering. So given these realities, what can we actually do? How do we take back some control here? Because you're not just helpless, right? You do have power.
Absolutely. And there are concrete steps. The single most effective one, sometimes called the nuclear option in tech privacy circles, is to just turn off your chat history.
The nuclear option. Okay. How do you do that? Is it buried deep?
It's actually surprisingly easy. In ChatGPT, you click your name, usually bottom left, then go to settings, then data controls, and right there you'll see a toggle for chat history. Just switch it off.
Simple enough. And what does that do exactly when it's off?
Okay, two key things. One, conversations you have after turning it off won't be used to train OpenAI's models. That's huge.
Okay, so it stops feeding the machine.
Right. Two, those chats won't appear in your history sidebar. They're basically ephemeral. They get deleted from their systems after 30 days, permanently deleted.
Permanently gone. Okay. But is there a catch?
There is an important caveat. Even with history off, conversations are still reviewed for safety and abuse monitoring by humans during that initial 30-day window.
Ah, okay. So it's not total invisibility, but it stops the training use.
Correct. So our advice, use this setting anytime you're discussing anything even slightly sensitive. Work stuff, personal feelings, new ideas. Honestly, maybe make it your default setting.
Good advice. Just flip it on when you need it or leave it off always. What else? What about the chats we do keep?
For those, become a delete button warrior. Don't let your chat history become this long-term record of everything you've ever asked.
Clean house regularly?
Exactly. You can delete individual chats easily. Just click the chat, hit the little trash can icon, or you can wipe the whole slate clean in settings, data controls, clear all, make it a habit, weekly cleanup.
Makes sense. What's next? Is there a mindset shift too?
Definitely. You need to stop treating ChatGPT like a trusted friend or colleague. It's a tool, a very powerful tool, but still a tool.
So don't confide in the tool.
Pretty much, and anonymize everything. If you need help analyzing a work document, take out the real names. Use client A, company B, strip out addresses, project codes, anything identifiable.
The core question will still work without the sensitive details.
Usually, yes. And it should be obvious, but it really needs saying. Never, ever type in personally identifiable information, PII.
Like social security numbers, addresses.
Phone numbers, credit card details, bank accounts. Just don't do it.
Yeah.
Ever.
Right. Basic digital hygiene. Okay, one more thing that came up in the sources. The Wall Street Journal pointed this out. Paying for it.
Ah, yes, the pay-to-play privacy upgrade. This is significant. If you subscribe to ChatGPT Plus or the Team or Enterprise versions,
You get better privacy. How?
with those paid plans, your data is not used for training OpenAI's models by default. That's a huge difference from the free tier.
So they make a promise not to train on your data if you pay.
Exactly. For business users especially, OpenAI makes a contractual promise not to use your inputs for training. So you're not just paying for faster responses or newer features.
You're paying for privacy.
You're essentially paying for a fundamental privacy right that arguably should maybe be standard. It really shows the trade-offs, doesn't it, between free access and data protection. But it gives users with the means a clear way to opt out of training.
Okay, so just to kind of wrap our arms around this, the core tension seems to be this amazing power of AI
Which is undeniable. It can be incredibly useful.
versus this fundamental need for personal privacy. It feels like a constant negotiation we're all doing now.
It really does. And connecting this to the bigger picture, the burden really shouldn't fall entirely on us, the users, to navigate confusing settings menus.
It feels like a design issue.
I think you could argue it's a failure of design when data collection is the default and privacy options are opt-out rather than opt-in. Think about how we expect cars to have safety features built in now, security by design.
We need privacy by design for AI.
Exactly. A truly ethical system would be private by default. It would require your explicit, informed consent every time it wanted to use a conversation for training, not bury it in terms you clicked agree on months ago.
That's a really powerful thought to carry forward. Until that day arrives, though.
Until then, the power is in those settings and your awareness.
Right. So the next time you open that chat box, maybe just pause for half a second. Ask yourself, would I be okay with this being public?
A simple but effective gut check.
And if the answer is even a maybe not, then flip that history switch off, or anonymize, or delete later. Because your ideas, your work, your private thoughts, they're valuable. They're yours. You probably shouldn't be giving them away for free.
Well said. Protect your input.